Hi comfort lovers, long time no see. I think I've been away for like a minute, so several months, but I have an announcement to make for those of you that don't know. There's probably a lot of you friends and family that already know because it's hard to not know given my current physique, but if I sit up a bit more, we're expecting. So anyways, that's where I've been. Not dead, not dying, still alive, just preparing and being overwhelmed for the new member of our family to join us. For my first video back, I thought that I would jump in before it gets too late to talk about Christmas gift ideas and do a cozy gift guide. I've split it into 3 different sections. So we've got cheap, which is our biggest one, and that's super important right now because the economy is not nice to anybody unless you're ultra wealthy. I've got DIY, which can be just as cheap, especially if you're thrifting your craft items and you're really handy, or if you just have stuff on hand already. You don't even need to buy anything. You just need to think of something to make to give to your friends. And finally, for those of you that are not yet feeling the pinch, or if there's a special someone that's been going through a rough time that you really want to give a nice fancy gift to, I have what I categorize as luxury gift, but only if you can afford it, okay? First, in the cheap category, I have vintage decor or usable items. This is because some vintage things, especially if your friend has a more niche taste, might not actually be on everyone's radar, so you can find them for relatively cheap. Like this vase here, I just got. As you can see, my collection is slowly growing. I love Fenton things. Looks like it's probably, I don't know, could be $200 or something, but I got it for $85, which is really nice, and it's not as expensive as some of the other things that you can find that maybe emulate this style. But for one, it's gonna be a really unique piece that not a lot of people will have in their homes, and you don't have to break the bank necessarily to do it. This is one of the items that's on the higher end of my collection even. These guys, which is also Fenton, nice little goblets, especially if you want to have shots or something. These guys were like 20, 30 bucks when I got them, so not very expensive at all, and they look much more pricey because they are made with a good amount of craftsmanship. This dress that I'm wearing is also vintage. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it must have been around $30. So you can find a whole bunch of really great steals for friends. They're gonna love them. Unique pieces, as I said before, and the thrill of the hunt, because you will never know what you're gonna find until you go out and do it. So it's a little bit of a fun activity for you as well. The next few points that I have for the cheap section are things that you can go and find at either artist alleys or makers markets. So the first one that falls into this category is small stationery stocking stuffers, especially if you have a friend that is really into stickers right now. Those tend to be relatively cheap, especially if they're into anime and K-pop and stuff like that, and they're usually not too terribly expensive. I think maybe $3 or $4 for some stickers, and if you can get a few other little stationery things like cards or notepads, stuff of that nature, and put them in, you can get a really nice little gift that can be a stocking stuffer without having to break the bank too much. The next one is more so if you know that there is either an animal or a particular fandom that they really like. I would recommend getting this one. The prints that I got for my husband when we went to the most recent market was around $35, so it is a little bit more money for a print, but I would then suggest just maybe getting one, and if there's like a buy one get one half off, you can buy them too if you know they really like a specific thing. And there's going to be lots of variety because prints are like the bread and butter of artist alleys and some anime themed makers markets, and because you know you've gotten something that an artist took a lot of time to make. It's not something that's mass produced by any means. A really great small gift are phone accessories. These are great because you can find a whole bunch, either polymer, clay, enamel, or even like, you know, those ones that are the prints and then they're encased in like a resin type thing. Those ones are also really, really great. They're not super expensive. I think max you'll pay, especially at a maker's market, might be like 10 bucks, unless it's really ornate and has a lot of different things hanging off of it. Then you might pay a little bit more money. But again, it's such a staple and a common creation for all of the makers to make. For all of the makers to produce, that you'll get a wide variety of things. So depending on your friend's interests, let's say they really love matcha, they'll be able to find, or let's say your friend really likes matcha, there will be no shortage of phone accessories that are matcha themed. Other kinds of foods, popular like fandom characters, all those kind of things can be easily found depending on the size of the market. And then again, you've got a really nice, thoughtful gift, and you haven't really broken the bank very much to give them to your friends. This could also be found at a maker's market depending on which kind you're going to, and these are at-home spa consumables, so bath bombs, shower steamers, anything like face masks, those kinds of things, which are generally not going to break the bank but are a really nice gift for someone, especially if they're going through a lot of stress or have had a really busy year. That can be a really nice kind of stocking stuffer reminder to maybe slow down a little bit, do some self-care, and just be kinder to themselves overall. And especially if you go to Lush, there's usually some really cute holiday themed ones, or even just themed shaped ones. If you know they have a specific color or fragrance that they like, you can go ahead and find that one. Like, there's so much out there. It's really a great gift that they'll appreciate, and it won't be like taking up a lot of space in their house for a long time, because hopefully they'll have the time to use them and enjoy them. Blind boxes, especially if there's collectible that you know that they like. The really well-known ones at this point would be Labubu, which was absolutely huge until recently, and Smisky, which has been going steady for a long time, but there's a whole bunch of other ones. I really like Shiba. I have two beautiful Shiba boys. That's probably the reason why I like them so much. If your friend is like me and they like Shiba, you'd be able to go and find some cute blind boxes where there's going to be a little bit of a surprise, both for you and for them, because blind boxes, you don't know which design you're going to get. They usually range between, I think, like $10 to $30 something for the ones that are reasonably priced. You can get ones that are much more expensive. I wouldn't suggest that unless you really know what character they like, because imagine buying a blind box and it's not something that they're interested in at all. Because stick to the ones in the $10 to $30 range, because they're relatively small, so they make really nice decorations like in your house or on your desk if you want a desk buddy or something. These ones are more so if you have a friend that's really into video games, and this could be a really cute mouse pad or mouse if they have had the same mouse for a while and they want something a little bit more cute. My mouse, I'll take some footage of it later so you can see, is basically just a cat. And I think it's really cute and I like to use it, as well as my keyboard is basically bread themed, and that's really fun too. They are more on the expensive side of things, so I would stick to probably a mouse pad or a mouse, since they're not going to be as expensive as a keyboard. If you want to elevate it into a luxury gift, go ahead and look for a keyboard in a theme that you think they would really enjoy, especially if they don't have a themed keyboard and that's something they've been having their eye on for a long time. That's a really cute gift to get. In that similar vein, I would also suggest either controller or controller accessories. If they're more of a console player and they've recently discovered Steam, for instance, you could get them a wireless controller, and because those are not super expensive. Or you could maybe, if they have one already, you could get them some cute thumb grips or maybe some cute skins that go with that controller so they can change out the aesthetic, especially if there's someone that enjoys doing that. I don't know if you could get charms for your controllers, but perhaps depending on the type of controller they have, there might be a little spot there to have accessories as well, so you could get charms or even make a charm for them. And in that vein of video game related stuff is some really fun indie games. I am showing my age because I'm a millennial, and like back in the day you would just be able to buy a CD or something and give it to them. But I suppose now what you would do is you would sit down, be like, I'm co-opting your Steam account, give it to me. Give them a gift card and then buy the specific games that you have in mind, unless you can gift them. So if anyone has a Steam account and they know that you can gift games to people, please leave it down in the comments, because I have no idea how to do this. I just thought it would be an interesting idea. If you can make it happen, would be to get them indie games somehow. And you don't have to stick to new indie games, it can be old indie games too, right? So if you get older ones, then you might be able to find the physical CD, or if it's for a console, you might be able to find the physical like cartridge for it as well. But yeah, please leave a comment down below saying whether or not you can gift games on Steam, because that would be really cool. Crafting kits, and this again ranges so much. Oh, excuse me. Are you comfy? Gonna sit down? You wanna say hi to the people? No? No hi? Okay. Craft kits. They can come in a variety of different forms. I picked up some candle making kits, so my husband and I are gonna do that during the holidays. It's really simple, like the wax sheets, and then you just roll them up and they make really cute candles, and they give you some fun colors and stuff, so those can be relatively inexpensive. But really, if they have a particular craft that they really enjoy or have been eager to try, some of these kits like clay moo and things like that are really good depending on what they're into. So just like have a search around. There's probably a bunch of sellers on Etsy for things like that, but you have a wide variety of choices for that, and it'll just be a lot of fun because they get to play with it and then have a really nice like completed craft afterwards that they can either hang on their wall or just have as a desk friend, and it's really just a lot of fun. Okay, for my makers in the audience, it's finally your turn. So the first one I'm going to suggest to you is a DIY game. This can be at your discretion, but if you have a friend, I keep on saying the same thing. If you have a friend, you have friends. I know you have friends. You're nice people. But if your friend is into, like, let's say chess, checkers, tic-tac-toe, you're into making polymer clay figurines, why not make them a polymer clay chess set? Like, how cute would that be? They are really into cats, and then all of the different chess pieces are cat themed, or just maybe like they really like sushi, and then you could do the same thing. And it doesn't have to be polymer clay. If you have a 3D printer, I think there is literally a gentleman on the internet somewhere who did a sushi chess set already, and you can purchase that file and then make it for your friends. I'll have the short here so that you can see, but I thought it was really, really cool. And just, you can go all out. You can do 3D printing if you're really into 3D stuff and you're really into modeling and stuff. Design all the pieces and print them out, and then buy like a board for them, and then they'll have a cute game set that's custom to them that they'll cherish for a long time. And this next one can be used as either a way to let your friend know that maybe they should start practicing cooking, or if they already really like cooking, because we're going to be a little bit a little pushy, but not too pushy. So if they like to cook, especially, making them a handmade recipe book of recipes that you've tried, especially if you're a really good cook yourself and there's a particular recipe they like when you make all the time, you can add that in there. A whole bunch of fun ones that you've tried and think they would like. I think they would be really appreciative, and then they'd have a nice handmade cookbook, and they can go and open it whenever they want to try a new recipe, and they'll think of you every single time. I think a desk friend would be a really fun thing to give to one of your friends, especially if you end up making it, because if you happen to know their favorite animal, and you have the time and the know-how to make it for them, it can be a really nice gift, because then they can put it either next to their laptop or computer at home or at work, and then they have a nice little companion for those stressful days at work where they just want to not be there, but then they can be reminded of the cuteness that exists in the world, and they don't have to lose their minds while doing it. Oh my God, has that been there the whole time? Rude. No, stay inside. Stay inside. We store food in there. Or magnets, if they don't want to have it as like a something like this guy. I'll fix that later. No, do not. It's not food. It's not food, Bingsu, it's not food. But yeah, if they're not into desk friends, then it might be cool to like make it a magnet so they can put it on their fridge, or even a hipper, which could stick to your phone. But I would suggest, if you're going to make a hipper, to tell them that it's something that they can have hang off of their monitor instead, because you just don't want it to break super fast, right? And I think that for hippers and stuff, even though lots of people use them on their phone, and I respect their choices, I just feel that they're safer on computers. If you have a friend that's really into candles, whether they be just unscented candles or scented candles, it might be really fun to make them for them. And either you can do like yes, you go away, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Okay, he's not interested. And he gave me back my spot. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to kick you. This is so much better. You can make them like the ones that I'm going to make with my husband, which are the rolled wax ones. And those are really fun because it comes in a wide variety of colors and stuff. But I've even seen some of these like videos online of where they take the candle and they warm them up a bit so that you can make fun shapes out of them. I think that would be a really cool project, to just get some candles like this and then you warm them up and make them into funky shapes, especially if you've got a friend that loves that aesthetic. It might be nice to get them a set of candles that they can burn for those romantic nights, or even if they're just like having a cozy night at home, it would be a great way to wind down the night. This one is probably for those crafters of you out there that are aspiring small business owners. Specifically the small business owner that wants to make crafting kits for other people. This one is for you, and it's good because it's practice for your future endeavors. And that is to make a crafting kit for your friend. If there is a craft that you really like and they also share in that interest or obsession with that craft, it would be really cool to make them a kit. The small business Colorfully Sarah, right? She makes cross-stitch ones. You could, if you have a friend who's really into cross-stitch, how fun would it be to design a pattern for them of something they really like and is really personal to them, and then going about getting the materials that they need to actually do that craft. I think they would really appreciate it because it's such a thoughtful gift. It's probably gonna come up on like everybody's DIY gift guide list, but I think it's a good one just because there's so many options out there for you to try. I am literally doing this kind of for a couple of my friends, and that is to make cookies or any kind of baked good that they would enjoy or appreciate. And it can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be, because like sugar cookies don't take a lot of ingredients, but you can go really intense with the ingredients or the type of thing that you want to create for them. Just have fun with it and they will appreciate it, because nobody hates sweet treats. Everybody loves a sweet treat. All right, we finally made it. To those of you that somehow in this economy still have money, I have some luxury gift ideas for you. And I'm still going to preface by saying, only do this for your closest of friends or family. Don't be doing this for everybody, because if you have money enough to be doing this, you will make yourself go broke if you're doing it for everybody. Unless you happen to be a millionaire watching this, in which case, what's your secret? Please tell us, share it down below. But the first idea I have is to book them a luxury spa experience. So that can be anywhere from like Nordic spa to just like a massage or getting their feet massaged and stuff like that, or getting their nails done. So there is still a wide range in what I would consider luxury, where stuff like Nordic Spa, which is like a Scandinavian spa chain here in Canada, which is the high end. You spend a lot of money when you book for those people, or like just going to your nail salon, getting your nails done, and then having a massage afterwards. The next on my list is to book them a fun activity. This will of course vary a lot from city to city, and the prices as well are going to vary, as well as your choices. I almost booked for my husband and I to do a Christmas ikebana type event, but it was rather expensive, and also considering that part of the appeal was to drink wine, and I can't drink wine for obvious reasons, I just thought better of it. If they have one item that pertains to their craft or hobby that they have been eyeing for a long time, but part of the reason why they haven't touched it is because of cost, this might be the opportunity to either give money towards that thing, depending on what that thing is, because some of these things are very expensive, or to outright buy the thing and give it to them anyway. A coveted cozy decor item. I still have several knocking around in my noggin on a daily basis because I desire them immensely, but monetary constraints and the responsibility of raising a child keep me from making poor financial decisions. But if they really have been eyeing, let's say, specific jelly cat, or perhaps they love mushroom lamps or pumpkins of the like, and for whatever reason they just haven't gotten around to purchasing it, now is your chance. Grab them that item. They'll be super happy. Anyways, that is my cozy gift guide for this year. I hope that it gets up with enough time for anyone who's still like looking for gifts and stuff. I know there's going to be some last minute shoppers out there. Hopefully this helps you. And even if you're not a last minute shopper, you still have, at the recording of this video, a good amount of time to make gifts for people and get them to them before Christmas. So have a lot of fun. Enjoy meeting with friends and family, because that is what this holiday is all about. And Merry Christmas! Bye!